everybody. Oh my gosh, dear God, it's been a while. Hi. Oh my gosh, I missed you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to today's reading. Today's reading is for March 31st, 2020. And I'm not even sure whether this is just going to be an energy check-in or if it's going to be a morning message, so I guess I'll entitle it as such. But I did want to let you guys know a little bit first that I have been totally fine. Don't worry, I'm good. I never made it to LA. I am still on the East Coast, so I'm in Jersey now, and God bless. It's been great. I've been able to rest and relax, and I feel like it's time to get to work now. So I want to let you know that I'll be working literally all day, starting the April 2020 videos, starting from Aries, whoop whoop. Also, I want to let you know that I just added a new service. It's if you want to like a same day reading. I know some of you, some of you who have already had readings with me, and you're like, dude, how, how are you getting that same day reading? But this is a same day reading, and it is going to be written, and it's going to be, it's cheap. It's only $7.49. Don't ask why the numbers; they just came. So anyway, so just send that to me. I just want to let you know though that if you send your request after 10 p.m., I may not be able to give it to you the same day. It'll have to come the next day. God bless. Makes sense, right? God bless. Anyway, what else do I want to report? Anything? If so, I'll let you guys know. But I do want to also say thank you so much. I hope you guys are all doing really well, and let's turn our attention now to kind of healing, continuing on our spiritual journey. Right now is a time to really get in touch with ourselves. It's like a global reset, and I don't need to tell you guys that things are happening at different dimensions here on Earth and off planet as well. So you may be like, I'm bored at home, or I'm this, or I'm that, but the truth is that there's so many things going on, and let's just be happy to be a part of it at this time. It's ascension at its finest. So I would love to see you guys being creative during this time, and if you don't have the opportunity to be creative, please check with your guides and see what it is that you need to be doing, because this is a time where everyone is kind of getting down to ground zero. If you have any fears and stuff, they're gonna pop up. Things like that. It's all about healing. All right. God bless. Yeah. Okay. So let's start with our quick prayer, and then let's jump right in. So first of all, thank you so much, God. All that is, we definitely align ourselves with our highest good, and we affirm that we are all aligned through our highest good to source energy. All that is. Excuse me. We affirm that we are all God, we are all sovereign, and we are all free. And we, through that, align ourselves with our highest good, which is definitely the highest good for all involved. And we just align ourselves with love, okay? Anything that is not of the light cannot stay in our presence. And that's it. All right, so let's jump in. All right. Okay. Gosh, I'm a little cold, a little chilly. Alright, so guys, let's check. The first thing I'm seeing for us guys is that many of us may be having this feeling. I think globally speaking, we're having this feeling of being in the Five of Pentacles, where there's this feeling of being left out in the cold. I'm getting Bruno Mars's song, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven. Remember that song? I'm just going to finish it. For too long. Anyway, I'm going to end right there. We don't want any copyright issues because that was really good. Right? A lot of us feel like we've been locked out of heaven. A lot of us may be feeling antsy, stressed out, whatnot. But what I do want you to see is that here, these people, and this is something a lot of us are not realizing, this is of our own accord at a higher level. These people have left this building where these Five Pentacles are. This building is like saying, come in, come in. We promise you will have all of your wishes. And they have willingly left this security to follow this one little red spark. They're like, wow, that's different. I'm going to follow it. They leave the building and now they're following it. But now they're out in the cold. The problem is that that's us, and we forgot that we weren't left out in the cold. We chose to leave old structures, old earth, right? Now, it's interesting because this card can really align with this card, the spiritual decree card. You know, whenever I see this card, this tells me that this is something that is of our own free will. It calls for commitment. Remember, you guys have to remember, and I know it's hard for a lot of you to accept, because you might be like, but wait, I didn't choose to get sick, I didn't choose this, I didn't choose for my man to do this. But the fact is, you did choose. You may not have chosen here in the third dimension, but who in their right mind would ask you and your third dimension self and consciousness, hey, would you like to get sick and, would you like to fall down some stairs? Would you like to lose your house? You're always going to say no. It's the higher self that chooses these experiences for us to have. And so why these experiences are had, of course, are to work out any karma and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's all for the sake of creating the highest good for yourself. It's learning. And right now, this whole global episode, I'm not even going to give a word to it because whatever, this whole global experience, collective experience, which seems like a collective experience but is very, very, very much an individual experience in many ways, this is the answer to that personal prayer. All right, now notice that it sits right underneath the karmic clearing card. You guys notice that I don't read in reversed, right? And the reason why is because it kind of never pops up for me. Like the same meaning will show up regardless of how the cards, but this one chose, God bless it, to be reversed. And so what I'm seeing here is that this is not necessarily about an individual karma. It's not necessarily only about karma. It's about clearing the collective consciousness. It's about connecting in a new way. Yes, it just looks, let me pull it over. There's mirroring here in a sense. Oops, sorry about the lighting, guys. God bless. Look at how the hair complements the hair. It's like this big circle, then we've got this face, and then there's this focus in the middle of the body area, and then there's this white at the bottom. This is in a way it's affirming as above so below. This is affirming a newfound connection to the higher self, to our galactic family out there, our galactic selves. So at this time, many of you guys may have started to notice, but we're moving into an age of conscious galactic citizenship, right? And what does it mean to be a galactic citizen? It means to start to realize that you're no longer just a random earthling, right? You're actually a member of a solar system, of a galaxy, of a universe, of universes, of all sorts of stuff, planetary systems. We are a member of there's a word that's escaping me right now, so I'm just using galactic community, right? We remember. So remember those days when Americans were like, no one exists outside of this country? A lot of people are still like that, dear God. Anyway, no shade. But it's time for us to start to realize that we are part of a community. And so that being said, this is us coming online and becoming aware. Now, you might ask, how do we become aware? Well, the first thing that would happen is that people are united, right? But I do want to say that, and what are we being united by? This pandemic. I'm very much using air quotes there, but that just happens to be the vehicle this time that is uniting everybody. But from that united standpoint, the question is, where are you going to align yourselves? And that is very much an individual choice. Your choices are simple. You're either going to align yourself with the highest good, your highest timeline, the highest good of all, which is love, or you're going to align yourself with the status quo, which is staying in this small-minded mindset, fear-based stuff. You're not surrendering to what's possible for you, and it can be a hard sell for a lot of people who are still kind of stuck in that first chakra survival mode. Concerns like, where am I going to get my next meal? Where am I going to, but then in those moments you do have to remind yourself that there are many, many people who have been in worse off conditions, and they have still kept a spirit of faith. And we hear these stories about these amazing mothers who, a lot of people in the media even talk about their mothers, how when they were growing up they didn't have 2 cents to put towards anything. There would be nights when no one was eating, things like that, but the mother and the father never let them feel it, or they just had this indomitable spirit. So what is it that those people have that we don't have, right? It's a surrender, it's a faith, it's faith that we need to cultivate. And so right now you have to be in that space. Now, oh my gosh, see, they're so good. When I said space, I saw this card and I was gonna come here first, but let's go here first. That space, they're saying that this is a time where God, where the universe, everybody is asking you. Now let's oh my gosh, guys, God, I love you guys. I miss you so much. Like, all this information's coming. I'm just trying to get in there. But I'm so excited. I'm getting cold. Let me go get a blanket. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I got a fuzzy orange robe because yeah. All right, so let's follow this line right here, and we'll head into what I was going to talk about. Right now, what's happening for us right now is the entire galaxy and beyond is watching Earth right now. Now, all of our beloved, absolutely beloved loved ones who have passed on from the physical to non-physical, God bless, they are on the edge of their seat. They're having that popcorn. All of our future children are watching that, eating that popcorn. Everybody is watching. People out in the Pleiades, people out in, Lyra, stars, they are all watching. Why? Because they want to see what is going to happen on planet Earth. What are people going to choose? Are they going to continue to be in an imprisoned mindset and continue to have Earth resonate as a prison planet, or are they going to, reach up? Are they going to see that they're all God, they're all sovereign, and they're all free? They all possess these God-given freedoms, and are they going to choose a situation for themselves, choose their own life, right? Now let's see here. Right now we're all being given a choice. You see this? This is kind of like first of all, new cards. They're called the personality cards. I'll list them, by Paul Wagner. These beautiful choices here are there. But notice how this person is reaching for a cross or a heart or whatever. This is kind of like the 7 of Cups in the Tarot to me, where there are choices. And we're at a major, major, major choice point. But please know that this is a choice point not only on the individual level, but as a collective. It's no longer enough to hide in a collective voice. You have to have your own individual voice, because gaining entry into the new Earth, which is a higher vibration, resonance of this Earth, which would create different opportunities, different groups of people, different energetic frequencies. Gaining citizenship to that is not based on where you live. It's based on your energetic frequency, your allegiance, what your spirit is choosing. This is this right here. So they're giving you a choice. Spirit is saying we are not going to interrupt into this situation. You have to make a choice. So they're all waiting. The thing that they've done is put this in motion. See that? That's cute, right? It's a branch in here, but what it's showing me is this. They've created the conditions, see that? For people to, look out of this, I want to say prison, look out of this building, Earth, right? And if you notice that, wow, this is an opportunity for me to heal, to change, and this is kind of a decision that you would make at a higher level, and it will get trickled down to this third dimension, and you'll start to live it. So if you're worried, am I living that? If you're watching this video, you're good. You're fine, okay? Because you energetically resonate with this path. So you'll find this video, for example. So don't worry. But what they're saying is we're not going to get in the way. We're not going to try to influence the situation. This is all you, and all of the galactic community is watching and waiting to see what it is that you as an individual and us as a planet do. Now, what's being created here is this. Look at this. This is empty space. Now it's beautiful because it's almost like I want to see the threefold founder, flame here, right? But anyway, this is space. This is what are you going to do about it? And actually, what I was going to point out before they showed me that is this card. This card is usually my okay, now what card. So whenever you get this in a private reading, if you've had private readings with me, this usually means that you've been given some kind of download or some type of activation, or something has happened in your life, and now you are like on some level you're like, now what do I do with it, right? And so notice it's right here. The question is, what are you going to do? Notice the star child is here as well. That's a nod to their not the word interruption, their what's the word that we could say? I want to say interaction, but this is a nod to their role in this. This is a nod to their role in helping to create the conditions for you right now to make a decision for your future. This card, take a look. Gosh, this has a few meanings. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Check this out. God is good. You know they don't sleep, right? Number one, take a look at both of these cards. The first message that's coming through is that everyone's watching. Everyone's watching to see if you lead with your heart and move towards your highest good individually and collectively, or if you continue on with the status quo. It's like this person who's moving with his heart, he's getting his handshake and he's like, yes, now you can board this ship. You know, now you can go up, here's your papers, you can enter into the new earth. You're leaving behind these old paradigms. See these old paradigms in the physical, but then look at these etheric, other dimensional buildings in the back. I don't know if you could see it. This one has like a little spire at the top, because it's a dimensional shift that would happen. But the second thing that I'm seeing here is this, that this, I'm sure some of you have been hearing about, just as I said that, see this face right here, right there? Some of you might have been hearing about the mass arrests that are happening around the world, covertly, of course. But, people are reporting on it. But they're discredited. They're made to look like people who don't know what the hell's going on. But listen, anyway, mass arrests relating to pedophilia amongst celebrities, people in power, all sorts of stuff. Now take a look at this card. Okay, what these look like, kids behind, and this person keeping them in prison. But you see that those astral orbs there. I will just say that if you've been hearing about this, rest assured that there are many, many, many people, many whom are in the physical and in their, like you and me, for example, and in their dream state, they're walking the astral and really helping to liberate by clearing up the negative energy, by freeing these kids, by freeing all of, just clearing. That's what they do in the astral. And once that is cleared in the astral, it must come to pass in the physical. That's basic. I was gonna say that's basic math. It's basic abundance. We do that all the time when we are doing abundance, when we want to manifest money in the physical. What are we instructed to do? Work in the astral. Work in the non-physical through affirmations, visualizations, setting intentions, clearing up old beliefs. This is the same thing, except they walk in the dream space to do that. Some of you do astral projection, out-of-body experiences. You might be doing stuff like that and you don't remember. Anyway, long story short, so what's happening is, for example, this is representing those beings that are helping to liberate, and this person isn't noticing. But anyway, now what I see here too is that they're giving a message that these things are going to become transparent soon. So if you're not, obviously we're not getting stuff about this on the news now. You have to look in certain sources. But they're saying that things that were in the dark will start to be made to light. They're showing to wait and to be strong. Wait and have strength about these things. Look at that, the deception card right underneath. Right? Seven of Swords. So anyway, sorry for sniffling, guys, because now I've gotten a little chilly here. What I like about this is this. Look at this. So what I'm seeing here is, the first thing that stands out to me is everybody's eyes are in yellow. They're saying this is a collective effort. Look at these people who walk between the worlds. Like I said, those who fight in the astral, we have to say thank you. to them. We really, really do. Look at that. This is an astral person working in the astral realm to liberate, to help, to do all sorts of stuff. And if you're interested, you should probably ask your guides. They're sitting next to us, what it is that you do to help with everything. Some of you might like there's somebody, no names, God bless, there's somebody that I know who in her astral state, like when she goes to bed, God bless, what she does is one of the things that she does to help is she's counting all of the vaccinations that have been made in the physical already. So all the vaccinations available, she's part of that task force, and she energetically clears them, because a lot of those things carry a lot of negative energies, all sorts of stuff. And so we have to know that we are so divinely protected. And I'll share a story with you guys just to give you another example. A few weeks ago I was at my mom's place, and I was there, and my grandmother was there, and my mom's there, and everyone's doing their own thing, and I just saw like these two priests. They looked like priests. They had these monkly robes on with the little sash or the little belt around them, and they walked into our house, and I was like, who are you guys? First of all, right? Like, who this? And they were like, oh, we're just coming by and blessing the neighborhood. I was like, oh, thank you. They were in spirit, non-physical beings, and I was like, oh, thanks, but I can see them, obviously, right? And then they blessed me, and then they went into the room to bless my grandmother, who was still sleeping. God bless, it was early. And they didn't bless my mom, and I was like, how come you didn't do her? And they were like, oh, she doesn't need it. I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, hold on a second, why do I need it? Wait, why do I need it? But anyway, we should always be grateful, right? But what was happening is that they, just like I said, a lot of people in a non-physical, they are working night and day to provide services for humanity. So when you're feeling alone, dude, you are just blind. Okay, you need to open your third eye, because we are so not alone. Like, and then my grandmother woke up like maybe half hour later, and I was like, oh, hey, how's your morning? And she was like, oh, I was in and out of sleep, and I didn't want to get up because I was saying my prayers in the morning, and it was so nice and this and that. But she doesn't know that what was happening is that she was actually praying with a non-physical being, a spirit who's ordained, and he was coming through. And what was happening is those two, and maybe they had some others in the group, were walking through the neighborhood and going household to household, and whoever I guess they see on the street, whatnot, and delivering these services. Guys, people serve. Okay, service is just what we do. We love people, and we choose to serve in many ways. So they're showing me this guy right here, God bless him, looking like a little bit like a receptionist, like a little lowly intern at a mailroom. They're saying it doesn't matter what your job is here. You could be a little mailroom clerk, but you don't know at night when you go back into your real form, and you go to sleep and you go back into your real form, you're leading task forces to do certain things. You are making plans somewhere. And I feel like one of the things I have remembered doing, and I don't really get so many memories, but I remember doing was recently I was working underneath the New York City public schools, and we were like clearing out the energetic space there. And this was before the quarantine happened. And I remember I was discussing with a task member, and we looked like we were SWAT. We didn't like have SWAT orientation, SWAT team, but we were like dressed like that, military grade a little bit. And I remember talking with him, and we were considering whether to quarantine the area. Of course, at that time, it didn't make sense to me. But then a week later, then they started quarantining all the New York City schools and whatnot. So, or like shutting them down, and quarantine started going into effect. So, long story short, guys, like I said earlier, a lot is happening on different dimensional levels to create certain realities in the earth. And in a nutshell, many people, there are different groups who are vying in the non-physical, in the astral, to create the reality that they want. And so right now, the galactic community is waiting to see how this plays out on Earth. I'm being told that it's very positive right now. So you guys, and everybody around the earth are being asked to make a decision as to where they would like to align themselves. Is it with the light, or is it in the shade, so to speak? We've heard about Native American prophecies and all sorts of prophecies to talk about this time where it is where people are going to have to make a choice, and earth is going to kind of split a little bit, not a little bit, like two different points are going to be, two paths are going to rise up from earth. I think this is the time. All right, so long story short, you know me, I always hit that long story. um, I'm feeling that things are looking really good, so we want to acknowledge all of the people that have come to help us create these realities and to do things, okay? And I'm seeing, they're saying that on earth, we just don't know who is who. And unless you have trained that eye, you have a discerning eye. So they're taking this card and putting it over this guy on the right. They're like, he's here in the physical, but this is him also. He walks the astral and he helps. That's what they're saying. And I mean, I'm sure many of you watching this do the same. Okay? All right. Let's see. Okay, so as I'm continuing to look here, again, like I said, that they're saying that we have a really big choice point right here. We see this with the Two of Swords. But what I love is that this star card is here and it's connected to this hermit card. They're acknowledging that as above, so below. They have given, who's they, you're asking? They is spirit, right? Those who are the good guys, let's put it that way, because again, I want to repeat, some of you already know this, but I feel like it's really important to start bringing this information to the conscious mind, because a lot of people don't know it consciously, and to them it sounds like craziness. But if you think this sounds crazy anyway, what I want you to know is that what happens in the non-physical trickles down to the physical. We know this, as above, so below. Eastern medicine healers know this. That's why they heal the spirit body, because they know once you heal the spirit body, you heal the physical body, right? That being said, if what happens in the non-physical comes to pass in the physical, then how do you control the physical, right? You can't work in the physical anymore, because the physical is the past. It's a past energy already. The present moment is never going to be what you can see with your eyes and experience with your five senses through the physical body. It's going to be through your senses in the non-physical, because the present moment is always going to be in the non-physical. And so if people are trying to control what happens in the physical, in other words, like what movies are on TV, economically what happens, things that may happen for certain regions of the earth, all they have to do is reach into the non-physical astrally and create, manipulate, and people do that whether you're aware of it or not. And so right now what's happening is that we are finally in the physical starting to see evidence of this, if you are able to see it. And and so then it becomes more of a, hey, now I see that there are forces fighting each other to create the reality in the physical that best suits them. And so far, the reality that we've been living has been one that comes from a negative space. So you can say that maybe in the past, those who do not align themselves with the highest good have won, or had won, and they were in charge. But now, what my intel is saying is that things have changed. Things are for the better now. That's why we have things coming out. That's why we have things happening in the physical. You'll start to see that as the months and years start to roll out. The world is going to be changing big time. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, what they're saying here, going back to this, is that, I guess the good guys, I don't want to say the good guys, but the light, the side of light, those in the physical and non-physical who are committed to just being equal and loving and working towards our highest good and helping each other, they have been, putting out healing energy. They've been working. See, there's that thing again. Like I saw. Spirit is such a good narrator. Like when they use these cards, they use it. Remember? They put that out there. to call people who are ready and who are wanting to align themselves with the highest good. Because as I said, right now, this is all, it's a free-for-all. Like, line up, where are you going to be, light or night, what side are you going to be? So they've conditioned and they've put their signs out there, they've cast their net. And I love that the Hermit is connected to this star card, because the Hermit here, look at him, his light is on. Bling! He's seen the light. It's connected to this Victory card, right? So if you have seen the light and you have been gravitating towards bettering yourself, healing situations in your life, if you've been thinking, if you whatever, then you're on this path. And look at this, Eight of Wands, fast moving energy, straight into the Sun card. This is great. Your efforts, they're saying, will be rewarded. Your efforts will be rewarded. I want to show you this. Now, this is what my intel is saying. It's interesting because you guys know I don't pre-read the cards. I'm with you. I'm seeing that the other track is kind of like this deception. If some people are still kind of going along that path, this deception is like where they're choosing not to see the light. They're choosing to continue on the path that they want. They're choosing to stay in the dark, because let's be honest, we have free will. And those of us who are committed, many star seeds and stuff, those of us who are committed to working for the earth, I guess these are bodhisattvas, right? Working for the earth. They are committed to being here until every last person is liberated. So some people are choosing not to take this time in this opportunity to elevate themselves. They're choosing to continue and stay where they are. And they'll be getting what they want. It'll be celebration because they can still congregate with each other. Remember I said there's going to be two splits, right? And you can have faith that one day they too will make the choice to kind of elevate, maybe, God bless, but they'll be fine. They'll be doing what they have. They're getting what they wish. Their wish is fulfilled. But notice the difference here. They're juxtaposing these two paths. If you see the light and you follow it and you continue to do your work and you continue to be of service and you continue to pray for the world and pray for yourself, and just, even if you look up and you're like, dude, I feel disempowered, I don't know what I can do, God, but all I know is you have me. Like, I'm aligning with my highest self, and my highest self is aligning with you. That means, what that statement says is, I'm aligning with the reality that gives me the highest self-love, where I love myself the most. When you love yourself the most, that means you love God, because you are God, you are sovereign, and you are free. We live in a fractal universe, as above, so below. It's just, in your hand is a smaller hand, and in that smaller hand there's another hand, and a hand. That's just how it is. We all are part of God, and so we are God. That's what a fractal universe is. And so when we affirm that and we see that truth, we are aligning ourselves with the highest good, not only for ourselves but for all of humanity, all of non-humanity, all of the galaxies, all that is, all of creation, which is vastly more than we can even think of right now, right? But they're saying that when you go that path, that's what you're working on, that's what you're aligning yourself with, and everybody prospers. Because King of Pentacles, isn't he great? I just feel like the King of Pentacles, as he's coming through in this reading, is the one who has done his individual work. He is individually fortified. He has aligned himself with the highest timeline, and through that, he is now a rich man, and he can provide for those around him. Okay, so again, in short, this is service to others. All right, so those of you who are familiar with the literature out there, the discourse, you'll know that there's always this great dichotomy: service to others versus service to self. That's when we talk about, people trying to control the astral realm or the non-physical realm in order to create a reality in the third dimension that either serves themselves or serves other people. So that's been a long-term fight. Now, some people could say good or evil, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. The point is, where do you find yourself? Now, if you follow this path, then you'll only be helping yourself and helping others. And if you follow this path here, it will be through your free choice, of course, God bless, and it'll be through their free will, and they will be happy in their own way. Of course, they're not going to be happy because whatever, but they might think that they're happy, right? And look at how it's juxtaposed. This person's also got this linear thing going on. Look at how there's this linear mirroring. This person is working, and this person is calling in, right? This person is working, putting their efforts towards individual ascension and evolution, and that creates collective ascension and collective evolution. This person is just calling in, and he's stockpiling for himself. This is service to self here, right? And that can only take you so long, because no man is an island in and of himself. There's no honor amongst thieves, right? You can hit all these proverbs, there's so many. So I guess the point is, this message today seems to be an update, energy update, that's what I'll call it. Quick summary. Spirit is just coming to let you guys know that there are things going on the earth and off the earth, and some of you know a lot more. You know about factions, you know about this, you know about alien agenda, negative alien, Earth Alliance, all that stuff, whatever. And some of you are just like, wow, the whole world is dealing with this sickness, and I'm stuck at home now. And it doesn't matter where along that spectrum you fall. The point is, you don't need to know. The point is, you just need to know that Spirit is saying this is a time where you individually are being called to make a choice for alignment. Where are you going to align yourself moving forward? Where do you see yourself? In the light, through service to others, by serving your highest good, aligning yourself with love and source energy and all that is, invoking that you are God, sovereign and free, knowing that you have the ability to determine yourself, right? And to say that only those of the highest light can stand in your presence. Or are you going to align yourself with service to self, where you are going to not do your healing work, you're not going to really focus on helping others, and you're just going to focus on you. They're also saying that things that are incredulous, things you cannot even believe, and things you may only hear from QAnon and things like, and places like that are discredited, are absolutely going to be coming out and being made seen. And that should only help you to align yourself. They're saying also you have helpers in the physical and non-physical. You may be a helper. You have no idea what you do for the world. And the world will probably never know what you do for them, but it is your joy, especially if you're a starseed. You came here for this process, for this purpose. Yeah, so there's no way to hide anymore, guys. No way to hide. Now let's, you know me, guys. You know I love to hit these readings. So I keep aspiring to make them only like 20 minutes because like other readers do. But guys, once the energy flows, I gotta go. I gotta go with it. So let's see a few more cards. Just maybe 2 or 3 more. God bless. Love these cards. These are awesome. Oh, whoa, there they are. 1, trust. Okay, thank you, God. We trust in you. Da-da-da. To me, this looks like a beautiful compass, right? So trust in what you are experiencing. Trust in yourself. Let your heart be your guide. Blink. Next one. Embrace the moment. That makes total sense. Yeah, embrace the moment, guys. We are given the opportunity to see beyond what we have been given to see, guys. And sometimes we say we want to know the truth, but if you really knew the truth, you would be immobilized, some of you. So here's what I ask. I just saw my little owl. My owl is like, yeah, that true that. Because owls are like, they're all about seeing clearly, right? But ask your spirit guides to help you to see only what you need to see to help you to be on the path of your highest good. Affirm every day, I am on my highest timeline, right? What does that mean? When I talk about timelines, I mean realities. So for example, you have many different timelines available based on the choices that you make. Why not get on a timeline where you are having enjoyment, where joy is your compass, right? Where you are living your soul's desire and you are serving your purpose. That's the timeline you want to align yourself with. How do you align yourself with that? You set the intention and you make choices in alignment with that, and it'll excuse me, sorry guys, bless me, and it will come to be. Oops. Excuse me. Yes, it always sounds like I'm coughing, sneezing, or laughing. I mean, coughing, laughing, or crying. There it is. But that was actually a sneeze. Anyway, so seize the moment. Make that commitment. Connect. Connect to that beautiful rainbow energy. Oh my God, guys. Oh, rainbow energy. Love it. And last thing, memories. Ooh, let's look at this. While I sneeze, you could look at it. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love myself. All right. Anyway, yeah. So what this card is saying is that it's pushing you to go beyond all of these memories. Oh, my first kiss, and oh, my this and my that. They're like, no, get back to here. Get back to the memory of who you are. That's what's going to serve you the most in this time and space. Because this, see, also right here, these two entry points I'm seeing. Because a lot of us, we need, guys, if we're going to go beyond the third dimension, we gotta get out of this 3D living, like, oh, what's on Netflix today? You know, I'm gonna buy this cereal because it's advertised on TV, and it's just so third dimensional. If you have to start looking with your higher senses when you meet somebody. Employ your sixth sense. Before you watch a video, or while you watch a video, know that you are God, you're sovereign, and you're free, and you'll only take what resonates with you and what is relevant for you, and the rest you'll leave, because you know you don't need everything, unless you do need everything. Sometimes you don't need anything from what you're looking at, and there are just going to be new ways of being once you start to get on this path. So please know that right now we're being taught. A lot of us went through a lot of initiations. Remember back in January, in December, November was crazy initiations, at least that were coming through my clients and my channel. So that means that we're at a new dimension now. We're at a higher state of being. If you're watching these videos, then most likely you're vibing at a certain rate. So your question now is like, what do I do with it? And that's where we are here. You've already aligned yourself, right? So if I were you, I would start asking God, like, how can I help? Like, you know, or asking, what do I do? Like, do I do anything when I go to sleep? And sure, the answer is yes, God bless. Anyway, so that's what's up, guys. I love you guys to death. Anyway, if you'd like a personal reading, you could check the description box below. Of course, donations are always welcome. I just did add a new kind of reading. It's same day and it's written format. So I'll write to you. And anyway, if you have questions, you can leave it in the comment box below. Have a blessed day, okay? That's what's coming through for us. Bye.